Shadows of the heart. After losing her husband, Jason, to a rare form of cancer, Emily Carson felt the walls of her life closing in. The cheerful laughter that once filled her spacious Chicago home had been replaced by silence, and her heart carried a weight that no amount of therapy or well-meaning friends could lift. Nights were the hardest. She would scroll through social media, seeking human connection in the digital void. One evening, while sipping chamomile tea and staring at her laptop, a friend request popped up. The name read, Smith Hayfield. His profile picture was striking a handsome man in uniform with a charming, confident smile. Something in his eyes suggested strength and warmth, and Emily, cautiously hopeful, accepted the request. Smith was a Marine, or so he claimed. He called her regularly, sending texts full of gentle humor and late night video calls that made her heart flutter. He seemed to understand her grief in a way no one else did. Emily laughed. Again, she felt alive. Weeks turned into months. Smith confessed he wanted to help her manage her finances, offering security tips for her late husband's estate. Emily, eager to trust and pleased by his devotion, followed his advice. But Smith's affection was not what it seemed. Behind the charming smile and protective words was Kofi Boateng, a skilled scammer from Ghana. Kofi had studied Emily's social media, her habits, and her vulnerabilities. Slowly, carefully, he drained her wealth, each transaction carefully disguised as an investment opportunity or emergency. At first, it was easy. She was desperate for love, and he was desperate for escape from poverty. But something unexpected had grown between the lie's real feelings. Emily began to notice oddities. Smith would sometimes disappear for days, excuses thin and inconsistent. Calls that were once warm became rushed. Suspicion gnawed at her heart, but the loneliness had left her desperate for love. One rainy evening, she confronted him on a video call. Smith, I know something's wrong. You're not who you say you are. Are you? Kofi froze. He had never anticipated this moment. The truth was a double-edged sword. He loved her, yet revealing himself could mean prison. Finally, in a hushed voice, he admitted his identity. Emily, I'm not Smith. My name is Kofi Boateng. I didn't plan to. I fell for you. I never wanted to hurt you. But I needed money first. Emily felt a surge of anger, betrayal, and heartbreak. But beneath it all was the undeniable truth. She loved him. She had loved the voice behind the screen, the man who had made her feel alive again. And now that voice was real. Human, imperfect. Kofi, she whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. I love you. I don't care about the lies anymore. I just want you here. I want us to be real. Kofi's heart pounded. He loved her too, but fear clung to him like a shadow. Emily, if I come to America, I don't know if I can trust myself. I've done terrible things. The FBI investigates scams like mine. What if you report me? What if they come for me the moment I land? Emily reached through the screen, as if to touch the distance between them. I don't care about the past. I just care about us, about what we can be together. Come here, Kofi. I'll make it right. But things were not that simple. Her best friend, Linda Reyes, had grown suspicious. Emily, listen to me, Linda warned over lunch one afternoon. This man isn't who you think he is. People don't just build love out of lies. And if the FBI finds out, you could be dragged into this too. Emily shook her head, torn between loyalty to her friendship and the fierce, inexplicable love she felt for Kofi. Meanwhile, in Accra, Kofi wrestled with his conscience. He had money, more than he had ever dreamed of, but it tasted like ash in his mouth. His friends mocked him for catching a big fish, but he no longer cared about the scam. He cared about Emily, and for the first time, he cared about redemption. Yet fear was relentless. The FBI Cyber Division had been closing in on his network, and one wrong move could end his freedom forever. Emily's calls became more desperate, more pleading. She offered to send money for his ticket, to welcome him into her life, to start anew. Please, Kofi, she begged, don't leave me alone again. I've already lost one love. I can't bear to lose another. Kofi listened, heart aching, but doubt gnawed at him. Could he risk stepping into her world? Could he escape his past? Could love truly be built on deception? Or was it destined to collapse under its own weight? The days stretched into restless nights, each one filled with unanswered questions. Emily's friends warned her. The FBI's presence loomed like a storm cloud, and Kofi's fear of betrayal grew heavier with each passing moment. Still, when their eyes met on the screen, all the noise of the world faded. It was only them, two broken souls clinging to a fragile hope. Love had come to them in the form of lies, distance, and danger. Now, the only question left was whether it could survive the truth. Kofi sat in his small Accra apartment, rain dripping on the tin roof, staring at her face on the screen. He had built a fortress around himself, a life of scams, lies, and survival. But Emily had cracked it. She had offered him a chance at redemption, love, and a new life in America. Could he trust her? Could he leave everything behind? And could she truly forgive the man who had deceived her, but whose heart she now believed had been real? The answer lay not in promises, but in the fragile space between fear and hope, deception and truth. And in that space, their love waited, uncertain, unresolved, and yet powerful enough to change both of their lives forever. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and please share to grow the channel. See you in the next one.